Welcome to this week's edition of Leather and Laces. Put 'em on the glass. I'm your host, Reese. Our talking points this episode are going to be MLB Playoffs, Oregon versus Washington, 49ers and Eagles both going down over the weekend, and the NBA Best Record Draft.
So, the Braves lost.
Yep.
That was unfortunate. Yeah. But for some of us, our team's still in.
One of us.
One of us.
That's right.
They lost to the Rangers today.
Yep,
So.
down 0-2 now. Mm-hmm. But saw a pretty crazy stat that the Astros have gone to the ALCS for the past 7 straight years.
That is pretty insane.
And I think like 3 of the past 4 we advanced. So hopefully we can do it one more time.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Who do you think? You think the Astros can come back, or you think the Rangers pull it out?
I don't know. I mean, Astros, we've already started our 2 best pitchers, and it hasn't slowed the Rangers down at all for the most part. I mean, yes, 4 runs in the first inning of Game 2 is a little bit of a stretch against like the consistency of hitting. We came back and made it a 5-4 game at the end. So there's a chance, I'd say. But it's a long shot.
So the Rangers taking both on the road, coming back, not to Texas because they're already there, but
Right.
Coming back to the home field. I don't know. I think I'll take the Rangers in 5.
Oh.
Rangers in 5.
Yeah, I think Astros steal one of them. And where are the Rangers? What city?
No.
It's Fort Worth, kind of.
Arlington, Texas.
Arlington.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it's right next to Cowboy Stadium, actually.
You would know that, wouldn't you?
I would. Yeah.
Lucky. I really don't see the Diamondbacks beating the Phillies though.
Mm-mm.
I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be Phillies, Rangers.
Okay.
But what about y'all? What do y'all think?
I'm going to take... I think the Phillies got the mojo, man. I just don't feel... I feel like I'm about to puke, talking good stuff about
Saying
them
that,
after
yeah.
what they've done the past 2 years. But I'm going to take Phillies in 6 over the D-backs. I'm going to take your Astros to come back.
Oh, wow.
Win in 7. I'm going to take Phillies over Astros.
Okay.
And I'll say in 6, the World Series. I think they got too much mojo going on. They just... I don't know. They're hot, man. I think they're going to finish the deal.
I'll take Rangers in 7 over the Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be a hard-fought series.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Rangers and Phillies. The Phillies are up 2-0 right now. Schwarber and Bryce Harper hit a home run in the first inning.
Birthday home run, right?
Yeah, birthday home run.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think it'll be the Phillies and the Rangers. And I'm kind of back and forth who I think will win. Who's the higher seed? Is it the Phillies? Because
Phillies,
Rangers were in the wild
I think
card.
the Rangers are 5, or the 5 seed.
Oh, they're both in the wild
AL,
card.
and the Phillies were the 3. Which somebody tell me how that makes any sense that the Braves have to play the 3rd best team in the NL for their first series. That needs to be changed. Go back to the 1 wild card game, so you get 1 day off, and then you go into the divisional series where everybody's still coming off of hot bats.
Wait, in the NBA where you play the first round and then you reseed after the first round, or am I making that up?
No, I think that is the case. So
Yeah.
if it's
only
1
one
and
that does
8 and the 8 wins, or if it's 1 and 8 and the 1 wins, and you have a series where you have the lesser seed win, you get the least seed or the lesser seed of anybody that's remaining.
And I don't even know if that's the biggest issue. I think the biggest issue is the layoff, that baseball is such a timing sport. It's not like the NFL where rest can benefit you if you've got injured players. It is literally so timing sensitive that the layoff has and I think we were talking a little bit earlier before this that it's killing the higher seed teams.
Well, I think the rest benefits the pitchers, but the negatives for your hitting is far outweighed than what you gain with your pitchers. So I think if you either go back to the one wild card, like head-to-head matchup, the one game, which is really exciting. I mean, I think we all remember the Cardinals Giants from 2 years ago. That was a pretty good game. Or no, it was Cardinals Dodgers because the Dodgers came back and won. But I think you either do that and go back to the one wild card game, or you do it like the NBA and you seed it 1 through 8 after the first round, and then you reseed it. That way, you get an advantage without having to get the rest that cools your bats down.
Yeah, and I didn't throw my 2 cents worth in, but I do think Phillies Rangers, and I think the Phillies in 5 or 6. I think it'll be quick.
Over Rangers?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Diamondbacks make it. I'm going to say the Astros Rangers goes to 7. Astros win it. And I'm going to say the Diamondbacks Phillies goes to 7 and Diamondbacks win it. And then Houston wins in 6 over the Diamondbacks.
I don't want to sound like a salty Braves fan, even though I'm pretty pissed.
Mm-hmm.
But Nick, I'm going to throw a name at you.
Okay.
Bill Nixon from the golf course.
Yeah.
Yeah, great guy. One thing I always remember he told me, he said, in a 162-game season, why do we lessen the amount of games in the playoffs?
I was thinking the same thing. If you look at the NBA, they have 82 games in the regular season, and they have it's a minimum 4 7-game or 4 best-of-7 series to get a title.
Yeah.
And the NBA, you have 100, or in the MLB, you have 162 games, and the Braves played 4 games for the postseason, and they're done.
Yep.
162 games.
Yep.
And their fate for the postseason is decided by 3 losses.
Mm-hmm.
Which all the credit in the world of the Phillies, but yeah, it just makes no sense how you can 4 games in the playoffs after 162, and absolutely, I mean, record-breaking season.
Oh yeah.
Like,
and to me, wouldn't you rather have, like, if you're gonna do the best-of-7 series, you're getting that much more baseball, and with a team like the Braves, or if you do the 8 seed or 8-team playoffs where you get the Yankees in, that's a ton of viewership that you're getting on these games.
yeah.
And with these deals that they have for putting the games out there, I feel like they could just make a whole lot more money off of this, and they're not really thinking it through.
Well, you're also giving a home team in a best-of-7 a chance to come back home, even if unless they just go 0 for 4.
Yeah.
You're giving them a shot at coming back home for an additional game at a minimum, if not, the majority or the balance of the series.
I mean, it would no longer be like 1 month of playoffs. It would be like a month and a half of playoffs. Because right now it goes into like the last week of October.
Well, that's where
November.
they would have to shorten the season because now they're afraid of competing with the NFL and losing for viewership. That's the one problem there.
You don't think they could start the season earlier?
I don't know.
Kinda
That's
tough.
now
Some
you're
places.
you're fighting the one sport that is as heavily tradition weighted as any other sport.
And you don't want to take any rest games away because they already have, or rest days away because they already have so limited amount.
I mean, it took COVID to bring the DH to the National League because without COVID, it still doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I just feel like they need to find a way to, if they're going to do it, do an 8-team playoff, and then maybe have the first series be 5 games and the second series 5 games, and then 7 and 7.
But at least you don't have the layoff then.
Yeah, don't have the layoff, and then you reseed so that teams that won 104 games don't have to play the third best NL team right off the bat.
With that though, you still run the risk of a layoff though, because if you do a best of 5 and you wipe out your team in 3 and the other one goes 5, you could still be looking at a layoff, but not as much.
Well, so it's, I mean, at a maximum, it's what, 3 days? So let's say you win, like you sweep the series in 3, and somebody else goes 5 games. It's only 3 days.
Yeah.
So that I would like to see if you do the 8-team playoff, have those first 2 series be 5 games. That way there is no layoff.
I just think if you get the 1 seed, you should play a best of 7. I don't know. I don't know why it has to be cut down. I mean, I get you don't want to compete with NFL, but come on, man.
Anyway.
Enough of us being salty.
Yeah,
That's all
honestly.
it was for being, yeah.
Do you want to get into the trivia or do you want to save that for later? You ready for the trivia?
I can do trivia
Let's
now.
just
We're
do it.
like
Yeah.
breaking
Let's
early.
do it.
All right.
Come on.
So we're not picking on anybody this week, or at least
28-3.
I don't feel
Really?
like I don't feel
Really?
like I am. All right, so we're going special teams this week. We're still sticking with football. It is football season, so we may mess around and get to some basketball trivia, something later on down the road. But
Old school basketball trivia.
yep,
There'd only
All
be
right.
2 of us.
Yep.
yeah. All right, so the way we're gonna do this, we're talking kickers here. So
All right.
it is going to be your best, guess or knowledge of your team's longest field goal, who kicked it, and how far. And if you don't know, then we're only going to give you a couple of seconds on this. Either you know it or you don't know it, and then we're going to open it up to everybody. So, all right, we're going to save Knowledge Boy over here for last. So we'll save Cowboys for last. All right. We're going to go in order of field goal distance here, so shortest to longest.
Okay.
Houston first. How
Couldn't
they
name
haven't
a
been
kicker.
around as long, so
Nah.
that's part of it.
I
Is
couldn't
it-
name a kicker.
Comey Fairborn?
Kaimi
Dude.
Fairbairn.
Comey?
Kaimi Fairbairn.
All
Okay,
over it.
yeah.
All right. Do you know how long the field goal was?
Go.
If it's longest, I'm gonna guess 57.
Go Nick.
Spot on.
On,
Nice.
on,
Nice.
Wow.
spot on.
There you go.
All right. So going next longest, we have the Bills up next. The length of the field goal, that'll be a pretty good guess, pretty
Yeah.
easy guess for you. So
Yeah.
Houston's with 57.
Oh, okay. 58.
It was 58. So there you go. There's your gimme.
Good job, Connor. We're just too far
Who's
away.
the kicker?
It was so the year was 2018.
Oh.
Tyler Bass.
No. Anybody else?
Nick
Yeah, I
Folk.
don't know anybody.
No.
I don't know anybody else.
2018?
2018. I wouldn't have got this either. Like this is totally Chat
Yeah,
GPT
Tyler
pulling
Bass is
this.
the only one I know.
Yeah.
For the Bills, so.
All right.
Janikowski.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
All right, 5, 4.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Stephen Hauchka. Okay.
He's a stud.
All right, so next longest. Next up, Falcons. And the year was 1995.
Oh gosh.
It's not
Young
Matt
Wade Coon, you
Bryant.
can't say
Dang.
Now, Matt Bryant was just consistent. He didn't kick him that far. It was very consistent, though.
95. I wasn't even on Earth.
You just want to get kicked out of my house, don't you?
No, I mean, I'm just saying.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know anybody
It's
else?
longer than 58, though. I know that.
It is, all right, so
60.
distance.
Okay.
No,
I'm going to say 59.
59.
Wow. Look at that.
Left-footed.
Doesn't.
The only one I know is
Man,
Seabass.
yeah.
Yeah. Morton Anderson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. Yeah, that's on me.
No idea.
All right. Drew.
62, Brett Maher.
What year?
2019. It was against the Seahawks.
Oh my god.
It was in the playoffs.
I'd
too.
like to be
He did-
proud
no,
of
he
him,
did
but
it- He did it 3 times, but the first time was against the Seahawks.
I'd like to be proud of him, but I'm just kind of annoyed, actually.
You couldn't even get the question.
Did
out.
Did you want
That's
the
embarrassing.
Did you want the highest percentage? It's Dan Bailey.
What's the percentage?
89.
Flat?
No, it's not. I think it's rounding up actually.
What's his birthday?
Of course you're going to round up.
November 7th,
Yeah, that's a lot.
1941.
At first, I was
weird,
just
dude.
like, if
It's
you
getting
know his
real
birthday, I
weird
don't
real
know.
quick.
It's January 26th apparently.
Close.
Yeah.
All right.
Couple months.
So follow up question. This should be fairly easy. Drew, you don't get to answer yet.
Gosh.
Longest field goal in NFL history.
67.
66.
Justin Tucker?
Yes.
Justin Tucker. Anybody have the year?
2021?
2021 against.
Yeah, I don't know that.
It was the. Oh, no, it was the.
It was not in Denver.
It was not in Denver.
That's crazy.
No,
which makes it
I
even
remember
better.
this game, That's why it was recent. Was it the?
Was it against the
Bengals?
It was the Lions.
It was the Lions.
Yeah.
Whoa,
There you go.
baby.
There you go.
on.
OG.
I was thinking of he got it.
I know-
I was
I know
thinking
it
of
was
like
his
a
cat, that's
sad
all I
fan
knew.
base. I was like, okay, it happened to somebody. It happened to somebody who or a team that was like hasn't been fortunate. Well, now they're doing well, but they were losing a lot. And
Well, the fact that it
happened.
wasn't at it wasn't at Mile High, it was indoors, so that obviously that helps. But
Yeah,
you know,
but I mean,
it was
still,
not
you're not
at
at
altitude.
elevation.
Yeah,
for the win.
yeah. Dude's, and up there in accuracy as well, and done it longer than Dan Bailey. So
Yeah, one of the best kickers
Yeah.
ever.
What college?
for Tucker,
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I had to look it up to make sure, but speaking of the Lions, did y'all know they've had one playoff win since 1957?
Playoff
I
win.
heard that on TV today, and I was like, "There's no way, dude."
1957.
57,
which means that you
and that was
wasted.
in '91.
So Tony Romo has more or has as many
my
playoff
gosh.
wins as the Lions franchise.
Dude, the Texans have more. Or, I don't know about
Or do
wins.
That wasn't on earth. My parents weren't even a thought, man.
Texans.
All right, so that is trivia for today. We may stick football next year. We may go basketball. I don't know. To be
Next
determined.
year.
Next,
Wow.
next year.
That's-
Sorry,
that's
next
a
week.
while.
Wow.
I love it.
Yeah, next week. Sorry.
Next week.
College football.
College football.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide which one was the better game.
Oh, Washington, Oregon.
I
Don't you think?
hated how that ended. I mean, who does that?
I meant to look back at the last podcast and see what everybody's guesses were. And I wish we would have written it down.
When you start that?
I don't.
Oh, because I think I might have said Oregon, or might have said Washington.
I think you did
I
actually.
think everybody said Oregon except for you.
And I think you said by a field goal. And thanks to Dan Lanning, you got that right.
That's right.
So going forward on fourth down, twice.
You make one, it's potentially a tie game. And chip shots. You make two of them, you're not in that situation.
But I can get the first one, but the second time, come on.
Very similar circumstance to the Falcons a couple weeks ago, right? Because they
Yeah.
had, yeah.
I don't want to talk about it in this episode, man.
Well, we
But
can-
it
we can
worked
move
for
on.
the Falcons.
the
first
first
time.
one.
Yeah. Yep.
That's just, got to have some confidence in that one. But so I will say, while Washington won, Bo Nix is the better quarterback out of those two. And it's not close.
I agree, but and I can't remember. I think it was Connor said that Penix throws the best deep ball in college football right now. It's and it's not even close.
Yeah, he's. I guess he's kind of in the lead for Heisman right now. After that game.
I wouldn't dismiss Bo on that one though. Bo didn't.
No.
Bo didn't do anything to lose that game. It was coaching and a field goal kicker.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Caleb Williams and USC, they lost to Notre Dame by what?
Notre Dame. So
3 touchdowns.
It was closer than it actually looked because they had the fumble recovered for a touchdown.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know how you lose to that Notre Dame team. I know it's at Notre Dame, and I know Hartman's
Touchdown Jesus.
I was about to say
Hartman's legit, but
USC's
Offense is
defense
pretty good.
is. Oh, and also, Caleb Williams also did throw 3 picks in the first half, I think. So that didn't help them.
yeah.
But yeah, USC. The week prior they almost lost to who?
Like Arizona or
Oh,
something.
Yeah, Arizona. That's why they were the underdogs plus Notre Dame at home.
I don't think it's going to affect his draft stock at all because I watched the highlights of that, and he made a play where he was like almost at a dead sprint to his left-hand side, and he just takes it and darts it to somebody in the end zone.
Yeah.
Like going away. It's like, dude, how do
he's
you
fine.
get enough on that? He's making throws that I don't think there's anybody else
They're
in college
legitimately
football that can make.
Comparing him to Mahomes,
Interestingly
That's
enough,
what's
though,
common.
I think for the first time, the Pac-12 is actually going to have the same issue that the SEC's had for the longest time, and that they're going to eat their own. There's going to be, you still got to go this gauntlet of everybody that Washington can still lose. You've got gosh, anybody that's got to go play at Utah, that's always a thing. And it's just a question. I think with some of the losses there, their chances of getting 2 in may have been hurt a lot, but they're still gonna have somebody in.
Well, so Oregon, I think, beats USC because USC is still technically ahead of them in the standings, even with the loss against Notre Dame, because they're undefeated in the conference, and they're also behind Oregon State right now, as it stands, because Oregon State's played one more game than they have. But they have to play Oregon State and they have to play USC. So I feel like if they get both of those wins and then they get to face Washington in the Pac-12 title game and they win, are you going to keep both of them, or are you going to keep one of them out? And if so, which one?
Because they don't have divisions either. It's going to be the top 2 teams playing them.
So you got to pick between the hot hand, let's say Oregon wins out and beats Washington, or you take the team that was better or undefeated for the majority of the year and just happened to slip up at the end. I think at that point, with the way that the Pac-12 has been this year, I think you got to take 2 of them. Even with their prior appearances with Oregon and Washington both having subpar experiences in college playoffs.
Well, I don't think you're not going to take an SEC team. Like that's just unrealistic to me.
Yeah.
And if Oklahoma keeps winning, I still wouldn't rule Texas out as well. But
Well, they're in the same division. What if, or same? They're in the same instance. Like, what happens if Texas comes back? Do they have divisions or conferences?
I don't think so.
I feel like we should know this.
You
Honestly,
would think.
Someone at my work brought up this question today, and I would like to ask y'all's opinion as well. For the college playoffs, what will happen sooner? 4 undefeated teams or a 2-loss team making it in?
I mean, by default, it'll be a 2-loss team because
Right now,
It's
I
gonna
think
be-
there's still 9 undefeated teams.
so you'd have to have an undefeated team from every, or like the 4 major.
the way the
conferences.
schedule works, it's impossible. With the Big Ten, there might be one that sneaks out.
So Georgia could, Florida State could,
Oklahoma could.
Oklahoma could.
But what happens if you have like?
It'd have to be Washington from the Pac-12 now.
What
Yeah.
happens if you have like a top tier 1-loss team, and then you have like an undefeated Notre Dame who doesn't have a conference game? Are you gonna, or a conference title? Are you gonna put them in over a 1-loss Alabama that lost to Georgia?
I hear you.
Because I'm not putting a no-loss Notre Dame ahead of a 1-loss Alabama when they lose to Georgia. That's just not happening. Because they're so unproven when it comes to the playoffs.
Except it was Texas.
Huh?
Except it was Texas, not Georgia.
Well, I know that now. I'm just saying, we're talking about the future.
Okay.
I don't
And
it'd
with
be
broad
interesting,
strokes
though,
here.
'cause I mean, North Carolina's undefeated, Florida State, both in the ACC.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, all 3 undefeated. So
Mm-hmm.
And Georgia, they did
Yeah.
lose Brock
Hanging
Bowers
on,
for the
man.
rest of
They're
the
hanging on.
season,
That is-
probably.
wow.
They do have to play. I know they got to play Ole Miss, which will be tough. Who else? Texas A&M.
Wait, so Bowers
Tennessee,
out for the
Florida.
season?
He's out
4
for
to
like
6
the
weeks.
regular season,
Yeah.
probably.
He's
Think they're-
getting ankle surgery.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yep. Which is
He's a
kind
big
of
boy.
weird because I heard that it was just an ankle sprain, and I haven't heard a lot of people getting surgeries for that.
I wonder if they like had talks behind closed doors, and they're like, either you come back and like you try and play through it, and you might hurt something or have something that doesn't ever feel the same way again, or you can have surgery now, and you might be back for like the playoffs, but we're gonna write you now.
You can make the argument, but I think for their team, Caleb Williams maybe, but I think there's no one more impactful than Brock Bowers. Williams is definitely up there. It could be a 1-2 kind of thing, but I mean, Georgia loses against Auburn without him.
Mm-hmm.
A lot closer, if not a loss versus South Carolina.
I would
They still need
definitely put him
Yeah.
I'd definitely put him the most impactful non-quarterback.
Yeah.
The only other person, and I don't know that you can say that anymore, would be Travis Hunter, but that's just because he's everywhere.
Tool play. Yep.
Yeah.
But even with him being everywhere, I still think you got to take Brock Bowers.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like.
We also
other
have
teams.
a team that matters for something other than viewership.
And, doesn't let Stanford come back from being 27 down.
Yeah.
Wild.
Did you see that? Did you see the catch at the very end? That was insane.
Yeah. Tough way to go out, man.
What did you think of the damn game, Connor?
It was a good start. I mean, kind of got iffy at the end. Milroy looked pretty good. His passing has definitely improved, which has been a good thing for us Bama fans. Our running game is pretty bad. I haven't remembered a time when it's been this low in terms of production. We have Jason McClendon and also Milroy. He just didn't really run much that game. He got sacked a lot, so his yards are negative 30 or something like that. But I mean, we won, so that's all I care about. Burton looked good, which, traitor from the Georgia side, yeah. But he's been doing good for us. He's our basically number one right in front of Bond, and we play Tennessee this weekend. That'll be fun. I'd like to watch it, but I'll be at a wedding, so I'll just have to hear about it and see what happens.
I think it's going to be a tough one for Alabama, honestly.
It's at home,
Yes.
so that's a good thing.
That's
I think
good.
a good little revenge win would be nice. And Tennessee does not really look that good, I don't think. But I think it'll be a good game. I'm worried about it, but I think we'll pull it off. We got LSU the next week after the bye week, so those will be tough games to play. I'm glad we had the bye week in between those. But I think we'll pull it off. At home, it really helps us.
What do y'all think about KJ Jefferson as a NFL quarterback? Y'all think he has the chops for it, or? Because when I watched the game yesterday, I was like, it kind of reminds me of college version of, or when he was at college, Anthony Richardson. Big frame guy, makes some throws, is athletic and can do stuff with his legs, but not the most accurate passer. I'm wondering if he can make, let's say he has a good combine like Richardson did. I'm wondering if he can make the jump from a third, fourth round pick to second or late first round.
I feel
I
like
don't
he's,
think anybody expected Richardson to go that high before the combine.
I feel like he's done more in college than what Richardson was able to.
Oh,
And I don't
absolutely.
blame that on Richardson. I think that just had to do with the situation that he was in. I also don't think he's going to measure out like Richardson either.
And that's-
He's just not built to be that kind
That's
of
the other
athlete.
thing. But I mean,
And from what I've seen, when I think Reese is on board on this, from what I've seen from Richardson as a character guy, I don't know where Jefferson is on that. I can't say good, bad, or indifferent, but Richardson's everything that I've heard about him, just impresses the hell out of me.
I think if I had to predict one guy to make that meteoric kind of jump from where they are today versus after the combine or going into the NFL draft, I think he makes a huge jump.
I could see that because what are your other options? I mean, there's a bunch of quarterbacks. It's pretty front heavy.
Yeah,
as far
you
as the
got
draft goes.
Williams, May,
Phoenix.
Penix.
Nix Penix.
Where does Hartman go?
He's.
Let's see.
They better hope that he doesn't fall to the second round and lets Bill Belichick get his grubby little hands on him.
All right, for non-Auburn guys or at least non-Bo Nix fans, where does Bo go in relation to this? Because I think he's first round. I don't know where in the
He's-
first round.
I think he's first round talent, but I think he's going to suffer a little bit for being in college for 5 years. Because it's not like with some of these guys like Anthony Richardson where you don't have a lot of tape on them. You have their potential way up here. With Bo Nix, you've seen everything that he's done over 5 years. That's not to say that he can't do anything more.
But I also think if you start throwing combine in that too, he's gonna do really well on the combine as well, just as far as athleticism and measurables.
Yep.
Also,
He's got
And,
the size
and
for
character.
Got the size for it, got the character for it. I think he's faster than everyone gives him credit for. I wouldn't be shocked if he runs a sub 4.5.
And I think a little bit depends on how the season ends this year because he's, whether y'all like it or not, I mean, he's looks like a new quarterback in the system, I mean.
Having actual wide receivers that don't have bricks for hands.
Offensive line.
Easier defenses going.
A running
easier
game?
defenses. Yep.
I would say probably mid first.
I was thinking later first.
Yeah.
Where would you like to see him go? What would you think would be a good team?
You know where I want him to go.
The Cowboys or the Titans?
I want him to go to the Titans.
They're not doing that again. They're not doing the
they
third
cannot.
quarterback.
In a row, yeah.
At least a first round pick, there's no way they could.
So let's rule out the places he can't go. That'd be the Texans, the Colts,
I think it'd be
Chargers,
easier to do.
Bengals.
Could go.
I don't think the Steelers are sold on Pickett.
No. Vikings, I could see doing a move.
I
Get a
would
cheaper
not. I
quarterback.
wouldn't hate that.
That'd be pretty good. Get him with Justin
Patriots.
Jefferson. Also a good one.
Yeah, I'll take any of them over Ritter.
Honestly, the Seahawks possibly
Dude,
could make a move.
The Falcons with Bo Nix. I know you. That might make you
At
barf
this
for a
point,
second
dude,
there, but
put me out there, dog.
I might have to become
some
a
stuff
Falcons
happen.
fan with you if that happens.
Hey,
you know.
come on board.
Bo Nix to Kyle Pitts. Whew.
If he can throw him the ball, that'd be sick. Yeah, I'd love that.
He, as far as I know, he still has the highest completion percentage in college football right
Like
now, or it's
70
up there.
Really?
He was 80 coming into the game. I don't know what it was after the game.
Oh wow.
I mean, that'd be a great situation to come in. You got Robinson, Algier, Pitts,
Good old line, good defense.
London. Is
Every-
Jonas Smith under contract?
Who knows? It might
It's
have
only
just
a
been
year
a
or
1
two
year
deal. Yeah, I'm not sure. I want to say it was a 1, but no. I mean, everyone is finally seeing it a quarterback away, literally in that division too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Going back
I still
to
think they can win it, the division.
yeah.
Going back to KJ Jefferson, though, I'm looking at something, and he's not even listed in the top 10 QBs of the 2024 draft.
I wouldn't be shocked if you looked back at the pre-combine and see like Jeff or Richardson, like not even the top 15.
I don't know. I still think that some people had that this guy is pure athleticism.
Well, because people kept saying like, oh, he's like Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Cam Newton. It's like, then you look at his stats in college, you're like, no, one of these guys is Cam Newton, the other guy's not. He's just not. He doesn't have the passing prowess. He doesn't run like him, and he's not 6'6".
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about KJ, but what I do know is I think the whole Brock Purdy situation is making teams look a little bit more at experience as a pro instead of a con.
Yeah.
Instead of coming out early, these like 4 or 5 year guys, like they've been in 40, 50 games.
Well, that's where
They
a
know what they're
Penix
doing.
and a Bo,
Yeah.
And a
who have,
Hartman.
and because you got guys that are have a 5th season in many cases.
Yep.
I'm just saying, if Hartman went to the Patriots, that would be.
I could
I think
see
it would
that.
be a perfect spot for him to go, because he's at Notre Dame. You know, he's not stupid.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Only for 1 year.
It was at Wake Forest. So.
Wake Forest ain't stupid either.
That's what I'm saying. That's pretty good. I wasn't saying. He's good.
But any more on college football? Do you want to talk A&M, Tennessee, or who cares about them?
I don't.
I think I'm all set. Yeah.
NFL?
Do you want to preview any of the games this weekend? Tennessee, Alabama, Utah, USC, Duke, Florida State?
I think he hit the Tennessee, Alabama, but I think Utah's going to make it tough
That could be a
on
good
USC.
game.
I think their defense is definitely better than USC's.
Utah won both times last year, right? I believe so. In the championship and in the regular season.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Somebody put Ole Miss at Auburn on the notes here. I'm trying to figure out why.
I put them there, just
Yes,
there's a placeholder for disappointment.
Utah beat them both times. First time was 43-42, so it was pretty close. But the second time it was 47-24.
Yeah.
So,
You think Utah wins that game?
I think USC can bounce back and beat them. I don't know.
Utah's they've been a little more consistent. USC, this could be a comeback game, but
Because I feel like if you lose to Utah and you're Caleb Williams and you are intending on going into the draft this year, like, forget not playing a bowl game. Like, if I were him, it's like, I don't want to play. We lost 2 games. We're not making the playoffs.
Yep.
Are
just
you peace out at that point and
That's what I'm saying. Like, if
and
I'm
do
him-
NFL's care that you're bailing on your team at that point? Because I haven't figured that one out yet. Because you're literally protecting an asset versus bailing on your teammates.
McCaffrey, he said peace out to the bowl game, and I don't think
Fournette
it.
did.
I don't think it affected his stock. But I mean, we're talking about one bowl game versus
A season.
half a season. But I mean, if I were him, and you got this much on film, everybody knows that you can make every throw in the book. There's nothing more that you have to prove to them.
Yeah, but there's one other factor in there. What does that do with your NIL commitments, if you have any? And I don't know how those pan out, but they're if you're getting money and you're not playing,
Yeah,
that's an issue.
that's a good point.
I'm kind of leaning more towards him not going into the draft this year. I think the way he said that there was or listed off like 5 or 6 teams that he would accept, I think that kind of maybe put some bad reputation on him just because like,
Eli
even
Manning
if I'm
did it.
first pick, I'm not going to accept it. Like,
Eli
If you're-
Manning did it.
If you're a player, would you do a reverse tanking for Tua? Would you tank yourself to go to a better situation and give up money?
no.
I think he's too good. I don't think they'd actually pass up on him. I think they call his bluff.
Yeah.
No, they would do what they did to Bo Jackson, and they would draft him first overall, and he'd be like, "Dude, nope. I told
Well,
you I
and-
want to play baseball."
Well, and they did it to Barkley too.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he went and got fat, and they were like, "We're still drafting you."
Well, and then they freed up cap room, so he still made bank, but he tried to mess that up.
I just don't know if Utah has the offense to really expose that defense like a bunch of other teams have. I mean, I'm looking at their 2 highest scoring games this year against, is that Weber
In Florida.
and Cal?
Oh.
Florida, they dropped 24. So,
I'll pick Utah.
I think I'm gonna rock with USC.
yeah.
Another good game this week: undefeated Penn State at undefeated Ohio State. That's a fine
At Ohio State?
He was a runner.
at Ohio State.
Head to head. I got to go Ohio State.
I think Penn State takes it.
I'm with
I
you on
agree.
Penn State. I
Penn
think
State, yeah.
better quarterback play.
Oh, for sure, but I don't know. I just got to go Ohio State with it.
I think Penn State finally has the guys to do it.
Because they've had
It's gonna be the start of something.
they've had the talent for a while. It's just they've never had like the guy or even a guy that can take them to the next level.
But now they have they have enough talent. I don't know. I mean, they've always had talented guys, but I feel like they have enough of them now to where it's going to start a trend to where these games are going to be. I mean, Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State. That's going to be. It's already been tremendous to watch, but
I can tell you as the
More
better
so.
coach, that's Penn State.
it's a great coach.
I'd take Franklin every day, wouldn't you?
I mean, you let Lou Holtz get in his head, so yeah, I'd probably take James Franklin.
He looks exactly like Keegan-Michael Key.
Yeah, that's the only thing that was going through my head.
He waited all game to call out Lou Holtz, man. That poor guy,
Rent-free.
just doing his job.
Oh. All right, I think that's all for college football. Mm-hmm. Want to move on to NFL, or you want to do the NBA draft, or?
Do NFL real quick.
Yeah, we can knock it
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
real quick.
So the biggest talking point of the weekend is both undefeateds fall
Mm-hmm.
to lackluster teams.
Yeah.
I mean, the Browns with a former USFL quarterback
Mm-hmm.
at the helm, not even Deshaun Watson. And then the Jets go on and beat the Eagles.
Well-
I mean, I was talking about last week how each team has like one game that they just don't get up for, and it's that you just walk in expecting to win and you slip up. And I
Well,
think
there's
both of them had
two
it.
things with the Browns though. That defense has been like really like
Yes.
historically good.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you have Niners coming off of, a huge game for them, letdown game, and they're still, much like going back to Oregon, if your kicker can make a reasonable distance field goal,
Same thing.
you're still in good shape.
And off that, I got a number for you. Cleveland's letting up 200 total yards per game. Next closest is Baltimore at 260.
They're also giving up the least amount of points as well, right?
I'd heard the yardage on that was like 1970s level defense. Like, it's
1,000
crazy.
yards over 5 games. I mean, that's unheard of. Total yards. Because I heard the same stat earlier in the week, and I thought they were talking about passing yards. I was like, that's
200.
cool.
They held San Francisco to 215 total yards. That's insane.
See, them beating San Fran with the injuries and everything, that makes more sense to me when you include that defense. But the Jets beating Philly, I didn't see that. Great defense as well, but
they've been blowing teams out like San Francisco has.
True.
They've been winning some close games, but they made Jalen Hurts look pedestrian.
Was it 3 picks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which 2 of them were not necessarily on Jalen. One of them was bad.
Yeah, that's. I wish there was not an asterisk, but I wish that they would differentiate between a pick where you threw it to the guy versus where I throw it to Nick and it bounces off his hands and some guy catches it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I make the throw and you just don't catch it, no, I don't think that should count as a pick against me. That should count as something against the receiver.
Well, the problem there is then you have to go into receiver, things that we don't know that coaches do. Receiver runs the wrong route, but it shows up as the quarterback throwing a pick, and it's technically on the receiver.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
But if nothing else, just make it almost a different stat from a quarterback error throw or a quarterback error pick versus something else or anything else.
You can almost go baseball on that. You have picks, and then you have team errors.
Yeah. That'd be a good one. You have picks and errors. I'd like that. Because that way, I
think we should make it happen.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yep.
I mean, I'm a homer on this one, and y'all can make fun of me, but I mean, if you take Dak Prescott's picks and you sort them out by Dak's picks versus team errors, it's not 50-50, but a good chunk of that is team errors.
You talking about for career or this season?
Career.
Okay.
Not this season. He had 2 terrible ones against the Niners. There was one that bounced off of Gallup's hands. You got to catch it.
Mm-hmm.
Gallup.
So
I really want to skip the Falcons.
I want to. Well, we don't have to talk about the Falcons' loss, but we can talk about the Falcons' upcoming game. I think that's going to be an interesting one. Because if the Falcons beat the Bucs, they're in first place.
Yeah.
But it's against a pretty hot for them, Bucs team.
I just don't understand it. We don't have to dive into it because it's Commanders Falcons, but I just don't understand how you don't win that game. All right, so now we're about to do our NBA most wins draft. If y'all remember in the first episode, we brought up the NFL wins draft where we did a snake style draft. Selections went by a lottery system, and we're gonna go snake style. Each of us pick. Shit. You want to be in this?
No.
It's 30 teams. You gotta make it even.
No.
True.
Yeah, we gotta make it even. We need 5.
Come on.
There we go. Yep. Geek is in. 5 guys picking 6 teams. And we're gonna add it up, and whoever has the most combined wins of the year, wins.
All right. Random draft order for our league has been chosen.
It really emailed you that?
Yep. Wow. Geek is number 1 with Drew at 2, Connor at 3, Reese at 4, and Nick at 5.
Okay.
Geek, would you like to start us off with your choice?
Are we tracking this somewhere where I can know what's left? I mean, I know first pick, I'm in good shape here, but
I'm putting it on here so we'll know what's picked before.
Okay. I'm just gonna go Nuggets.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
All right.
Oh. All right.
I mean, what else could I do?
I mean, not choose the Nuggets. All right, Drew, you are up.
I think I gotta go Celtics. Best available.
Okay.
I'm gonna go the Milwaukee Bucks.
I like that pick.
Now this isn't fun. Sick. Those were my main 3. Hey.
Yeah.
I'm glad it was pick 3. I wanted one of those 3, so.
It's still strange that we live in a world where the Nuggets were the first pick.
It's between 2. I'm gonna bank on a healthy Suns team.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. Don't really know who I want with my first pick, so I'm going to go ahead and reach a little bit with the Golden State Warriors.
Interesting. Okay.
And I think I'm going to go with the Cavs.
Dang. Man. Grizzlies are tempting, but Ja's not playing the first 25.
Why
Oh, is that
It's
confirmed?
kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, I hadn't seen that.
So just put your gun away, man.
With all the saga going on, I'm going to take the beard.
Wow.
The Philadelphia 76ers.
Okay,
They can play in the regular season. Playoffs is a different story, but
that's true.
they'll give me those wins.
Connor.
Kind of the same way with the Grizzlies. It's- I'm gonna go to the Kings.
It's a good move.
The Kings?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the Aaron Fox. I think they had a great year last year. They're
Yeah,
gonna
they
do it
did.
again. They might even do better.
Ton of offense.
Oh yeah.
Drew, who you got? I have no idea. Sure you do.
Take the Wizards.
No.
Magic.
I know who you're going to take.
You
It's
know
just
who I'm
I know where
taking,
you're going.
dude.
Just go ahead and do it.
Bring the knee
Lakers.
pads out. Yep. Uh-huh.
Who'd you say, Connor?
Yep.
I said that. Kings.
Kings, gotcha. All right, Geek, what you got?
Well, I'm back to back, so right.
Yeah.
That means you got to make 2 picks.
I will go.
I think you knew that.
I'm gonna go Heat first,
I like it.
All right.
and then I'm gonna go Clippers.
Okay.
Okay.
And Drew, you are back up. Oh, in and out of the hands.
Is he still on your team?
Nope. Someone else picked him up, though.
So the Grizzlies are still available,
Yeah.
and the Pelicans are still available. I think I have to go Grizzlies.
I know exactly who I want.
The Pelicans have Zion back, though, don't they?
For now. I mean, I hope he plays. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but dude, it's been tough.
Yeah.
That's why I just like even with Ja being out 25, they got Derrick
I gotta
Rose.
look at
He'll be aight.
I gotta look at the list and see who's all picked.
Desmond Bain.
Jaren Jackson.
You have a list going? Nice.
Yeah.
I did.
Starting to forget who got picked.
Would you like me to name off a few that are most likely to be chosen by you?
No, I got it. I follow the
Start with
NBA, so I'm good.
Wizards, the
It's just
Magic.
kind of.
The Atlanta Hawks.
Hey.
Hey, yeah.
Hey.
Now
Now you say that.
I'm tempted by a couple teams, but I'm gonna go the Timberwolves.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm gonna be a big Anthony Edwards fan this year. I think
I like it.
Yeah, have a good season.
Sneaky tough team. I'm going to take the New York Knicks.
Okay. That was one of the ones I liked.
Yeah.
But I am going OKC.
Yeah, I was thinking about picking them.
I'm going to do them, and I think I'm going to do the Mavs.
Dang.
I like that pick.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you.
I didn't think it was gonna make it back to me. But
No, me either.
I mean, it goes without saying. I'll take the Hawks.
Yep.
Yep.
Hmm.
Ice
Oh, I'm
Trey.
back up.
Nice Trey, baby.
Ice Trey. DeJounte Murray. Looking good.
True.
All right, Connor, what you got?
This is interesting. I think we're going Pelicans.
Dang it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
Did you not?
They fell far enough.
No, I got Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one got Pelicans.
Yeah, you said the Hawks. I was-
Dude, you were talking about the Wow. All right.
Yeah. Stay healthy, Zion.
Dang.
All right,
Wow.
Drew.
Oh, come on, Hot Atlanta.
Utah Jazz.
Okay.
All right.
You going for the Fighting Kesslers?
Yes, I am.
All right,
think
so
he
I'm,
knows
I'm back to back again, right?
I don't
Yep.
think he knows he's on the team.
All right, we're gonna
Huh?
go.
Do you know who Walker Kessler is?
Yeah, played for Auburn.
All right.
7-footer.
Gotta make
Yeah.
sure.
Going Magic?
Still Connor's team.
Yeah. I have no reason to go for them, but they are my team.
Jonathan Isaacson. I like
Oh,
If he comes back, that'd be awesome.
it. And Rockets. Going Rockets.
okay.
How
Rockets.
dare you?
Troy Smith, man.
I'm gonna take the Raptors.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna go Bulls.
Okay.
Let me make sure. All right, so who is available?
Yeah,
to
no,
pick?
it's only a limited amount now.
If you really need to know, I mean, I have them showing who's available.
Oh, that's
Nah,
why
I
you
don't
were
need to
asking
cheat
me.
off
I
it,
thought
it's
you.
all right.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a sleeper player in this. I don't know about sleeper team.
Yeah, there is, and I'm looking at him, thinking about it.
Yeah, I wanted the Rockets, but
Do you want Jabari? Is that what you wanted?
just
were you
Houston.
thinking?
Houston, baby.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I think I'm actually gonna go Indiana Pacers.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'm going the Nets.
Yeah.
They were still there.
Yep. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Tough sledding for us.
I did
It was
forgot
between
about the
them
Nets.
and the Nets for me.
Do I want LaMelo or Wemby?
Are these the last? Are these
Yeah.
the last picks? 4 left.
This is my last pick.
What ends with? Does it end with me or does it end with Drew?
Ends with
Ends
you.
with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least I don't have to draft. You just tell me who I get, so that's easy.
I'll tell you who you get.
Wizards. I guess I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna go Spurs.
Nice.
Just higher upside.
Yeah. No kidding.
Nick, how do you have 7 teams?
I knew something was up.
What?
You
I
got
knew
you
something
went
was
Nets,
up.
Wizards, and then Spurs.
No, I didn't. No, I'm saying that your dad's getting the Wizards.
getting-
Oh, I was like, whoa.
No, he's not
I
drafting.
don't want the Wizards.
I knew what he meant.
Okay.
So who we got left? We got Pistons. We got
Blazers, Hornets,
Blazers.
and Wizards.
I'll take
Nick's,
Blazers.
Nick's already given me the Wizards, so it's.
Yeah, I'll take Blazers.
Ooh.
I'm taking Hornets.
Yep.
That's Pistons or
Wizards.
That's tough.
Oh, that's easy. I think.
It is easy, but it's tough in terms of those 2 left.
I haven't watched enough NBA lately.
If you're thinking this hard about it.
Cade Cunningham versus Kyle Kuzma.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole's.
Splash brother.
Ooh.
Where's he at?
I totally forgot.
Wizards.
Wizards.
Oh.
Didn't like that too much, did you?
Is he in their starting 5?
No.
We're at the
Dude,
end here.
he's
You've
the-
been thinking
he's
about
the
this too
starting
long.
man.
Yeah, he's gonna drop 30 a
Starting
game,
man.
dude. Yeah.
Jordan Poole.
On like 30 shots, but hey.
I'm gonna take the Pistons.
There you
Yep,
go.
saw that.
There you
Yes,
go.
I get the Wizards.
Yep.
Nice.
I'm so excited.
Okay.
Did you get them all?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Geek, you got the Nuggets, Heat, Clippers, Magic, Rockets, Wizards. I have the Celtics, Lakers, Grizzlies, Jazz, Raptors, Pistons. Connor has the Bucks, Kings, Timberwolves, Pelicans, Bulls, Hornets. Reese has the Suns, Sixers, Knicks, Hawks, Pacers, and Blazers. And Nick has the Warriors, Cavs, Thunder, Mavs, Nets, and Spurs.
You know, if you were just looking at this from a historical perspective, yours doesn't go together because you have Celtics and Lakers. And
I got the most chips, though.
yeah, Reese's looks pretty good though. Suns, Sixers, Knicks, Hawks, Pacers, Blazers. That's
Are you
that's a
giving me
good
a compliment, man?
That's like good.
Is that what you're doing?
You know, if you're going old school, those are some good teams.
Yeah.
Not new school.
A little Pistol Pete action. Yeah. All right. So we good?
I think we're good.
Yep.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in, and make sure to come back next week.
Over and out.